Hello, and welcome back to not another episode of Critical Reactions, but welcome back to the Critical Reactions channel. We hit 10K a little bit ago. We're almost at 11K actually. We might be at 11K by the time this video gets uploaded in the next couple of days. Which, I mean, either way, whether it's 10 or 11, it's ridiculously amazing. I never thought my little channel I started out, back in November, December would kind of get this big. It's just I've tried to do YouTube channels before, and the highest I got was like 1,300, and that took years. And so I bewildered at this, but it's also a reminder that we can get more, we can be better, and we should keep improving. And that's what I want to do for you guys. I want to continue to improve and expand and grow. And so I've been thinking about how to do that with this community and with this channel. And on top of that, I want to turn this into a full time gig. So it's no surprise that you guys want album reviews. I hear about it all the time, especially when you check out bands who do concept albums, Between the Buried and Me, The Deer Hunter, or The Deer Hunter. Sorry, I got to put the right emphasis there. Um, and bands like that, where you can't really check out one song. I always hear, you need to check out the whole album. So I want to do album reviews. I do, but it's just a thing of time. This is still just a side project for me, and so I can't devote as much time to it as I would like to. I would like to be able to do more than two Patreon picks a week. I would like to be able to do album reviews. I would like to be able to do live streams. I would like to be able to check on the comments more often and respond with more than a heart. I mean, I do respond to comments occasionally, but I mean, the amount of comments I've gotten has exploded, and it's really tough to keep up with all of them. So I do what I can to engage in the ones where I think I have something meaningful to say, and then I'll heart or like stuff that I enjoy the comment. I like that you guys posted it and stuff like that. So it's a type of engagement, but I don't really have the time to respond with words to everybody, which kind of sucks because I love this community. I love when I used to be able to do that. Almost respond with words to almost every comment, and that's just an issue with getting bigger that I have to deal with because it conflicts with what I want to do. But I do want to make this channel my primary focus instead of a side project, and that means that I would like to make it a full-time gig, but unfortunately I have bills to pay. So that thing right there, that it's kind of awkward to talk about, but if I want to put more time to this, I need to be getting more money out of it, and that stupid capitalism that goes with that. um, and then also, as I think about the channel and the way that I do things in it, I have noticed a couple of flaws that I'd like to correct. And just thinking about all of this, improvement, growing, expanding the community, devoting more time to this so I can do more things rather than just, 5, 6 reactions a week. It really got me thinking about how I can revamp the channel. And 10K just seems like a good time to really put a little bit more energy towards it, right? I mean, 20K might as well be right around the corner. Let's gear up for that. Full speed. Let's go. So, here's some things that I want to do, or let me take that back. I will be doing. There is dedication here. There is willpower. I will be doing these. One is more production. You may have seen earlier this week, I think it was Monday's video, I had a green backdrop. That is my green screen. It's not ready to go yet, and I was kind of testing how it looked just being green rather than, these metal rafters and my two-tone background. And I wasn't entirely sold on it, which is why I pulled it down. It is sitting right behind me, though. You can see back there. I usually move it for these videos, but yeah, not this time, Brian. Didn't plan that one. Anyways, though, that will be a green screen. I need to get a light for it to get rid of the shadows and the dark spots. And then I need to get some sort of frame to make sure that I can keep it pulled tightly. Pinning it to the wall just wasn't working the way I wanted it to. But that is one way I'm going to be expanding the production value of the channel. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I might use it to put some images behind me, maybe make it look a little less like I'm in a closet, halfway in a closet. Or I might just leave it green and you guys can make memes of me. I don't know. We're going to do something cool with it though. I'm excited. I'm also looking at getting new art to kind of unify the visual themes of the channel. My profile pic and banner are using like a light sky blue, well, maybe not sky blue, a light blue though. And recently, I've created a music video banner and the low poly ocean thing that's going on behind my comment showcase and the Patreon list at the end. I really like that blue, green, teal kind of color, and I want to unify all of the artwork for the channel with that color, as well as just kind of hone in on a specific theme and artistic style, and just kind of unify the entire visual presentation. So that's another way that I'm going to be improving the visual production of the channel. My audio production will just continue to improve as I tweak it. I don't know. I like tweaking things. I think that's why I was drawn to music and programming, actually. I don't know. I just like that slow burn of refinement where you start with something rough and then, like, a month later, it's not perfect. You can never reach perfection, but it's good. Even if your brain tells you it still needs more refinement. um, but yeah, so the audio is doing real good right now. I think I got rid of the pops that people were talking about last week. But I'll continue to tweak it, and then you guys will tell me I screwed something up, and then I'll fix that, and it'll be better. I promise it gets better over time. There's dips, but over time it's an improvement. I think that's just that's just programming right there. That's just composition. That's just I don't know, anything artful has that. Um, Next is the spreadsheet. I actually lost it. Yep, the spreadsheet was missing about a month ago. Don't know where it went. I was pretty sure I backed it up, and it apparently was not backed up. I did have an old version on Google Drive, and it only has like 350-ish bands on it, and the spreadsheet that I had was at like 800. So we're missing quite a few. It is a very old version of the spreadsheet. And like I mentioned, I just don't have the time to comb through the comments like I used to when I was getting, 100 comments a week. Now I'm getting 100 comments a day. That is a drastic ramp up. So I've decided to crowdsource the spreadsheet. There's a link in the description. The spreadsheet is editable. You can add a band, their genre, and the years they were active. And there are locked tabs. That's for basically for me. You can go and look at them. I think I have some cool data there if you're into, looking at data and stuff like that. Um, but that's basically for me to keep everything organized. But you will be able to add your own bands without having to worry about if I saw your comment or anything like that. You just go in there, throw it in there, and you're good to go. And the genre and the years active will help me kind of create more unique themes. There's a lot of genres I'm not aware about. There's a lot of, I mean, even just looking at like prog rock, I didn't know it was going all the way back to the 60s, 70s. Um, and then there's modern prog rock that isn't prog metal. So there's like 2000s prog rock, and I don't know this stuff. So if I wanted to do a theme about it, now I can just go into the spreadsheet and sort by, 90s and prog rock and hopefully find bands to do for that week's theme. Yeah, I'm kind of working on the honor system here. I've locked a few of the tabs, like I said, to kind of keep the chaos from spilling over. But the main tab where you put in your bands that you want to see, that's going to be open for anyone to edit. And I have no idea what happens to Google Docs if 50 or 60 or 100 people try to edit it at the same time. I don't know. I don't know what kind of chaos that's going to ensure. or if somebody doesn't like a band and tries to delete it. I'm really hoping the community is good about this. Like I said, honor system. But we'll see. If it doesn't work, I may end up doing it by hand again. But this is the best way I think that I can get back up to at least a semblance of the old spreadsheet I had. So those are the two changes happening to the channel itself that everybody's going to be able to see or participate in. Everything else is going to be, financial support, donations, that kind of stuff. However, there is some things in here that even if you're not part of my Patreon, you might be interested in. So I suggest you stick around anyways, just to kind of see what's going on. Because there is some really cool stuff I'm excited about with expanding the community here, and a new way of handling the Patreon picks that I think is going to be a little bit more inclusive and work a little bit better with everybody, honestly. So, first, Patreon used to just have a single tier, just $1 a month, and you got to vote on the bands and the themes, as well as get your name at the end of the videos, and you got a Patreon picks. The Patreon picks has been removed. I'll get to that later. It is not part of Patreon anymore. I'll get to it later. The $1 tier now gets you the voting and the credits, but also access to a Discord server. And this is where the community I think is really going to flourish, because YouTube comments, they're just not great. You might have a discussion with two people tops, but it just doesn't work for discoverability, and it's really hard to find good conversations. So, especially once the comments grow. I mean, we're talking about stuff with the Nightwish or Baby Metal, stuff like that, and if you got 600 comments, you're not going to find a good conversation in there. It's just too much manual work for very little payoff, honestly. Well, actually, it's kind of a gamble and payoff. You might not find anything worth talking about or anybody worth talking with, and then you just wasted time. So, um, and I've had some good conversations on Twitter, but the character limit, and it's really hard to get multiple people involved. So, really, we need a chat room. Good old IRC AIM days of chat room, and that's where Discord comes in. Um, I have a few rooms set up on Discord for, general music talk. And if you're looking for suggestions, maybe you just got done jamming to this band, you want something similar. Um, you can go to these different rooms and have these very specific conversations. Also, I have a room for personal promotion, self promotion. If you have a band, you just put out your first album, you just put out your first single, you want some ears on it. Maybe you want me to showcase it on the channel and do one of the viewer critiques things. This is where you can do that. I don't know how many people are going to be interested in checking out the works that are put there, but I will definitely listen to every song that gets added to this channel, this chat room. And this will probably be the easiest way to contact me about getting your band or song featured on the channel. Where, I've checked out a couple of viewers' bands in the past and provided a little bit of criticism and feedback. And every one of those has been pretty positive experiences. The person who asked me to do it came back and, thanked me for the feedback and the criticism and also a little bit of the exposure, I guess. I don't have a huge following, but at least it's getting those songs in front of eyes and ears. And yeah, I really love doing that. I think it's awesome. It's a good way of, using the small platform I have to promote other bands and to share music, which is what this channel really is all about. The communal music sharing experience. After the $1 tier, there will be a $3 tier for early access. You'll be able to watch my videos 12 hours early, comment on them 12 hours early. If that interests you, if you're the type of person who wants their comments seen, that is a good way to get some extra visibility on your comments, as I'll try my best to check the comment section before the official launch at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. UTC that my videos typically go up at. I'll check the comment section before there and do what I can to talk, provide replies, actually reply to the comments and stuff like that. And then at the $5 tier, I'll be doing live streams, and there'll be a combination of live requests and live composition. Um, Don't worry about the requests if you can't make the stream or maybe you're not part of the Patreon. I will be taking all of the individual reactions out of the final stream video and uploading them to YouTube. The point of all of this is not to restrict or gatekeep content. It really is about trying to make this, financially viable for me so I can give it more time. I'm not here trying to tell you that if you don't help support the channel, you don't deserve to watch my reactions. Every reaction will be put up on YouTube in a timely manner. I mean, as timely as I can get to it. I would say worst case scenario is a week later. Um, but honestly, it doesn't take that long to cut, 30, 40 minutes out of a video and then re-encode it and upload it. It's more of, it's really all automated after I cut it out. So, it should be up within the week, easy. Um, so yeah, and then the composition, I don't know much about digital music. I have experience with a DAW. I have a little bit experience with MIDI instruments, but sheet music that's my home. And I'm going to be learning live in front of people how to use a DAW and how to transfer sheet music to digital music and work with virtual instruments and mix and master and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'll be doing a little bit of that. You guys can watch me flail about in software that I'm unfamiliar with, and a little bit of a collaborative process too, I guess. If someone's like, "Hey, in the chat, you should add snare to 1 and 3," and I'm like, "Yeah, I never thought of that. Put it in, it sounds great, and I keep it." That kind of thing. It's not just me writing music and then everybody watching. It's a group thing. So I'm really excited about doing that. I like live streaming. I think that's another way to really engage with the community. A lot of these videos, actually YouTube kind of in general, is one way. I talk to you guys beforehand and you watch a recording of it. So this is a good way, along with the Discord community, the Discord server, to really get some more two-way interaction going on with all of you fantastic people, who have subscribed, who view my videos, who comment. You're all amazing. You have some awesome comments. You have awesome requests. I couldn't ask for a better community, and I'd really like to kind of participate in it a little bit more than just being the person that the community is around. I like to be more part of it. So yeah, the Patreon picks though, because those are the only three tiers: $1, $3, $5. And then the new things are the Discord, the early access, and the live stream. Patreon picks is being renamed to something. Tentatively, it's special selection. I'm still kind of mulling over that one. But it doesn't really make sense to subscribe to Patreon for a one-time action, because the list is so long that the chances of coming back to you are pretty low. It's going to take a long time. And the list grows all the time. So I figure if it's a one-time action, it should be a one-time payment. Why are people sitting, having a $1, even if it's just a $1 subscription, but still, why are people subscribing to something month after month for a single action that'll take place, later in the future? So it really started as a way for me to reward some of my early patrons, and it has turned into for some people, it's turned into a reason to join the Patreon. And I've had a few people get their request done and then leave the Patreon, and I'm not salty about that. I think everybody should get exactly what they want, and if you got what you want, there's no reason to stick around. So, like I said, I'm not upset about that. It's actually a fault of mine for tying it to a subscription. So, I'm turning it into a single donation through PayPal. You pay $5, and then you get put on the channel. You get put on the channel. You get put in the list. All right, real simple. You don't have to worry about maintaining a subscription or canceling it when you've got your choice up. If you don't want to sit on the list and you want, preferential treatment, you want to be right to the front of the list, you can donate $10 instead, and that'll put you to the top of the list. I do have some contingencies in plan in ready to go. If the $10 tier ends up taking over the five, and the five never gets a chance to have their requests reacted to. But it's I'm testing this out. We're gonna see how this goes first, and depending on how it goes, we'll tweak the system a little bit so that it's fair to everybody. Um, so yeah, I think that's that then. Yeah, so Patreon Picks is now special selections. It's a one-time donation deal, and it's not tied to a Patreon subscription anymore. So I think that's just going to work a lot better. If you are a Patreon, or if you are a patron, and you're concerned about how this works for you, since you're already on the Patreon Picks list, head over to Patreon. There is a post I recently made about this. It should assuage your fears, and if there's any confusion, go ahead and direct message me on Patreon. Um, so yeah, that's all the changes. We have the higher visual production, we have the ever tweaking audio production, we have the crowdsourced spreadsheet. The link for that's in the description if you want to start adding your bands immediately. We have the Discord community, the early access, and the live streaming through Patreon, as well as the voting. And Patreon Picks has shifted to a single time donation rather than a monthly subscription. So I'm very excited about all of this. I have not made these changes lately. I've thought about a lot of this for the last month or so when we hit 10K, and how I should improve and expand the channel and better connect with the community. Like I said, right now I feel it's a little disjointed. I talk at a camera, and then afterwards you guys comment, and then afterwards I check out the comments, and it's this very stagnated, asymmetrical thing. So I really want a little bit more real-time interaction with you guys, because you are amazing, and you have helped this channel grow the way that it has and the speed that it has. But yeah, so I've been mulling over a lot of this for a while now, and then I introduced a sort of first draft to my Patreon to kind of get some outside eyes on it, get some criticism and feedback, and I think it's in a place where it's really good, but I won't know until I try. So we're going to be implementing this. Some of it is set in stone, some of it is malleable. Anything that doesn't work, I'll see about ways to improve it. I'm not, like I said earlier, I'm not really here to gatekeep anything, but I am trying to turn this into a full-time gig, which I think benefits everybody. I get to work on it more, which is something I'm dying to do. I really want to devote more time to this. And if I can devote more time to this, that's more content for you guys to see. More live streams, more reactions, album reviews, stuff like that. The stuff I really want to get to. So, yeah, I'm excited to see all of this grow, how it's going to affect everything, and I'm just really excited for the channel. We just hit 10K, and 20K might as well be right around the corner. Like, you guys are fantastic. I've seen that some of these videos have been shown on Reddit and Twitter and Google. I guess you can't share it at Google, but I've seen that people are watching this outside of YouTube, which means it's being shared, and that's just huge. Thank you guys every day for that. When I pop in and see the analytics, and like 20% are coming from Reddit or something, I'm like, wow, somebody shared this, and then people watched it, and there's just so much support for me from you guys. And honestly, I love each and every one of you. You guys are so cool. You guys have the best requests. I mean, some of these bands, not all of them are perfect, but some of these bands are really cool. I'm really glad to get to know them, and I'm glad to share them. I've seen people in the comments saying, I've never heard of them before. Now I own an album. And that's awesome. That's kind of what the point of this channel is like the communal music sharing. So yeah, I'm excited to see the community grow. I'm excited to be a more prominent part of it. And I can't wait to see all the new faces in the month to come, because 20K, like I said, is right around the corner. So thank you for all of your support and feedback that have got to 10K. Let's push through to 20K. I can feel it's right around the corner. Seriously. Like, geez, we're at 11K already. So yeah, let's keep this train going. And I don't know how to end these videos. I can't do my typical sign off that I do for my reactions. So this is going to be an awkward see ya. Thanks. Uh bye. I'll be back Monday with a new video. Drum cam. Yep. Check me out Monday. Bye.